Welcome to the full guide to stand up for yourself and shift your entire goddamn social situation as a student on self improvement. I used to be insulted and disrespected often. I used to feel low value and I was shit scared to do anything about it. But now I act more like the guy on the top of the social hierarchy. I act more like I deserve the same as everyone else. And people follow that. How you believe in yourself, people follow that. It took me over a year to figure this out, to make this transformation. I changed schools in the middle, which made this process a lot easier. But even right now, if you put me in my old school, I'll probably be a different fucking person. You wish you can say that with yourself. This video is how. If I had to do it all over again, this is what I would do, even if I did not have the option to change schools. This is the advice that I would give my past self. We are going to cover four things: the problem in your social situation, the thing that actually causes your low value feeling that goes and affects your social situations, that goes into this negative feedback loop that makes you feel inferior and inferior and inferior. We are going to get into the real shit of how you can actually make this transformation. And once we cover that, this is the goal. We are going to get into actionable steps that you can start doing from tomorrow. It's like go talk to this person, do this. Like how you describe a workout routine. That's how I'm going to give you the steps. You're going to go to and take these actionable steps. And I'm going to tell you how to use the fears, the things, the resistance that comes up, how you can process that and make the underlying core transformation. You're in good hands. Put the video in full screen. Don't scroll to the comments. Don't go scroll to the side bar. And I wish this video can change how you see things. Number one, the problem in your social situation. I'm going to share you a few incidents to really like illustrate this, right? To illustrate like what's actually going on. When we had football, like when we used to play football, it was always this game of like performance for me. It was always this like I had to show that I had to play good because I wouldn't get time on the field. They'll just like put me as the substitute and the guy other guys will go play, and I just used to stay silent, paralyzed. And I used to walk around like if this was the field, I used to just walk around and roam around like in shame because I didn't have the guts to make an issue about it. And even just telling that, oh, no, like telling someone else that, or telling the teacher that, oh no, they're like, they're playing without me. And then even the few times that I do get a chance, if I like mess up, they're gonna put me as the substitute again. And being like that felt shit. And that doesn't mean I couldn't do anything. I could have made an issue. Who cares if I was shit at football? I have the same right to use up the school field just as everyone else. But no, I had no guts to say that. I had no guts to say that in front of like the popular gang, in front of my friend group. So I just stayed silent. I just played the game of how can I become better at football? How can I become more respectable? How can I do this? How can I do that? How can I mingle with them? How can I get to the top of the dominance hierarchy? Fuck that. And I remember after the game, I would come back to the class, everyone will be sweating and everything, and it's just sad. And then I used to be like, I was just like one incident with this like girl group. I was like, I played this, and then the group was like that girl was like, don't lie, they wouldn't have let you play. Like almost like what to say, patronizing me, intimidated, like making me feel low. And I was like, "You're not worth lying to." And she's like, don't do too much. And even that did get to me because she wasn't wrong. In the bathroom one day, like the school allowed us to come without a uniform, and my friend group was there, and these kids which are like rude, these are jerks, and then like, but these are like actually kind of cool, popular, respected people, right? They were just like insulting how I was, like my dress, my attire, and everything, which was actually kind of good. This was like, this looks shit, and then the other guys was like, this look doesn't look good, and I didn't say like, okay, fuck off. I had nothing in me to say that. I was just like, I just laughed it up, ha 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 ha. And this, the guy, one of my friends made a joke at the guy that was insulting me, like as if, like, you like the girls' dresses and everything. And I was like, I just joked around. I didn't assert myself, and that just shit just kept building up and building up and building up into this like frustration with my own life. With my friends, I felt left out. I would never admit to this to them at that point. I felt left out. Like they weren't interested in me as I was interested in them. And even the people that felt that, and they're like, this guy isn't spending time with me, and the people who are like open, there will be like a few kids, right, who are like open about that, who like make it into an issue, like talk with the guy and everything. They don't do it properly, obviously, but I was very judgmental of that. Dude, if that guy isn't spending time with you, you aren't valuable enough. And I am not valuable enough. That's why that guy is not spending time with me. And I was silent. I never talked about it. Because if I talk about it, that will make me even more low value, right? Because the guys that experience that, they are all low value. It's often like the weird kid who's like standing on the sidelines that no one lets him play. I don't even want to stand next to him because I want to be part of this gang. They treat you like a nobody and you allow it because you believe they are right. You believe they are right. The problem is not with them. The problem is not with them. The problem is with you. Now we'll get into what's really causing it. We like cover the problem, but what's causing the problem? You are the damn problem. Like, get this shit straight in your mind. If you believed, you genuinely believed, you don't. If you genuinely believe, you would have acted in a way that confirmed this. In the football, you would have made, shouted, you would have made an issue, you would have went to the teacher. Guess what? You would feel such shame in going to the teacher. Like, what are these guys gonna think of me? I'm not gonna be that weird kid that goes to the teacher and snitches on them. I'm gonna stay cool. You know, you wouldn't have done that. You would have gone and shouted and made the issue for yourself. Fuck that, I'm a bad player. When the gang insulted you, when like the group insulted you, you would have been like, don't talk to me like that. You would have carried yourself. This is the most important. You would have carried yourself with a certain level of standard. What's the spelling? A certain level of standard that people would have had no choice but to follow that. You believe you don't have value. This is like the one way. You don't think you deserve the same as everyone else. Even if you intellectually do, you don't believe it. That belief doesn't get expressed. The way that you act, you have a lot of resistance to that. Internally, you feel like this, like shit muncher. Like the low value person in like this, what to say, this hierarchy. You're like here, and this is why you believe you don't have value. And just actually question that. Don't just like accept this. Okay, I'm not charismatic enough. I don't look that good. I have to be this. I have to be influenced with them. I have to gain power. I have to gain influence. No. Who gives a shit? Why do you believe these things in the first place? I've been that, bro. I genuinely believe this. If someone told me this in that time, I wouldn't believe it. You see, imagine that would be people in your class that look really good, and you would go and like imagine you ever went and told this guy or this girl that they look really good, and they're like, no, and then they're insecure about it. That's you, that's everyone. That's not just that guy that's looking good, it's you also, because you don't know what you're capable of. You don't know, like once your perspective starts shifting, number one, the actual like social interaction starts shifting. Number two, you realize it doesn't even matter in the first place. I'll come to that later. And that causes this feedback loop. This feedback loop that makes you feel shittier and shittier and shittier. This feedback loop, oh, I don't have value. And then you see the interactions and you're like, they treat you this way, they mistreat you this way, and then they do this. And then like the people who are interested in you, you have to play this constant game of performance to like stay in touch with them. And this stuff originates from long experiences, like constant social conditioning. And that's what this thing is going to be about. That's what this entire like video is going to be about, that confronting that deep inner things. Because this another strategy, another like look them this way, talk this shit, it's not going to help you. You need something to make that internal transformation. And the last thing that's causing this is unrealistic fear. Let's say I took you or anyone else, we put you on your stage, your class stage, and I told you to like shout, like talk in a loud voice, like being like, "My name is Yuka, and today I'm going to talk with that level of voice in front of your class with all like the girls in the backside, with like the kids that are like that disrespect you, and then the other class students are also there, and they're even worse, and the first benches, like you have some people who'll be chill, who'll be respect that, but most of them, even like some of your friends, are gonna make fun of it and think it's gonna be a joke. And you're gonna be there, you're gonna shout, and you're gonna tell about your journey of self-improvement. You're going to tell about the things, the shit that you have faced, the times where you felt like crying, all those things. You're gonna become vulnerable and you're gonna shout it. How are you going to feel? Like imagine, like I'm there with you on the stage. You're going to do all of that. You're going to make a fool of yourself. You're going to sing happy birthday and make a dance in front of the class. Maybe even I'll be scared to do it. Maybe. And imagine I'm next to you and I'm like your coach. I'm telling you to do it. How would you feel? You'd feel shit scared. But what's the worst case scenario? Imagine you go giving a speech in front of your entire class, your entire school, your entire like thing. Public speaking is the biggest phobia, I'm pretty sure. But do you think it's realistic? What's the worst case scenario? Worst case scenario is that they judge you. They look at you weirdly. They laugh at you. The next time you see them, they mock at you. They like call you names. That's it. But you feel like you're going to... The death threat comes in. That's unrealistic fear. You have a gun to your head, you're scared. That's realistic fear. Because the consequences are real. Here it's not. Most of the times it's not. You're scared of a certain opinion. You're scared of a certain judgment, and that runs you like nothing. Nothing, anything like it. And here's where we get to the shit, right? What's really causing this? It's almost like most of this program that's running you is out of your awareness. And this is what we are going to call like the conscious and subconscious mind. Like imagine this like iceberg and the water levels here. The conscious and subconscious mind, most of the things about how you feel with yourself, how much you're like influencing others, how much you're going into social situation, how much you're putting yourself out there, is out of your awareness. That's why it feels like this like innate skill, right? That some people, okay, like they're like naturally asserting themselves more. I'm feeling like this, and like I'm taking so much action on this, but why am I not like them? They have not taken the time and effort to watch YouTube videos on this topic. It's because of this. And that's why traditional social skills are flawed. That's why I hope that like you can see me properly on this. That's why traditional social skills are flawed. That's why if you go like how to win friends and influence people, those things don't really help you. Because it's not about the tactics and like the things that like how to do this the right way. That's not the problem. You can basically figure it out. When you feel bad, you tell you feel bad. When you feel good, you tell you feel good. You just like, it's not that complicated. That shit, okay, you can get to that later when you're fixing the like you've done the internal work, you've done all of this, then you can move on to that. But that's not the damn cause. We need to get to the cause of this huge inner resistant and that unrealistic fear that you experience. And it's in this shit, bro. It's not logical, it's not rational, and because other people experience it also, you think it's logical. It's not. I mean, it is logical once you really understand what's causing it. In a school trip, we went to a school trip, and it was the reason that I wanted. That's like a very like sad experience for me. It was a beautiful trip, but it was a sad experience for me because the reason I wanted to go to the trip was to genuinely like spend time with like that gang of friends. Like to dude, I keep drawing where my face is. That gang of like friends, to just spend time with them, to have some like good moments with them. But there were a lot of kids that I don't get along with, and these guys, they went together on a room, and they pushed me to a different room with like some other friends, but I'm not that close with them. And I feel like shitless. Like I never made an issue to go and like come into this room, to go and spend time with my friends. I never made that into an issue. And here I am feeling like, why am I not valuable enough? Why am I like this? Why don't I, am I not able to change my social situation? There was this fight in which like this guy, we were sitting in a place. We were sitting in like this place. I was sitting in the chair, but when I went out to the restroom, he just yeeted my chair to somewhere else, and he sat down and he kept his place, and I was mad. I told him to go away, and when he walked off, I kept his chair bag outside. I'm like proud that I took this thing to assert myself, right? I kept his bag outside and I sat down, and I'm like, shit, scat, my heart's beating. And then he started, he hit me, and then I hit back, and then like a few punches flew around, and this friend came inside, and he like, can you imagine the level of fear I would have had? Imagine I put you in that situation. Can you imagine like the level of fear that you would have, that I would have had? And like getting really to the cause of this, it's because of social conditioning. What's causing all of the things in your subconscious is like years and years of social conditioning and experience, like a lot of like experiences of trauma. Now let's redefine the word, because you, like me, you would have been like, trauma, I've had no trauma. I've been in like I've come, like my family's been pretty okay. I'm still like talking to them, I'm going to school, I'm just like your average everyday kid. Trauma, I have no trauma. Bullshit. You have experienced trauma, I have experienced trauma, everyone, all the human beings have experienced trauma, because it is an innate nature of being human. Now, it doesn't have to be a quote unquote traditional. You don't have to go to war, you don't have to experience all of these like abuse and different things for you to experience trauma. For a kid, in that limited perspective, being lost in the grocery store can be traumatic. Imagine like literally you yourself as a little kid in a family function, like you said something a bit out there, a bit like rude or something, and then your parents tell you to like be quiet and not talk like that. That can be traumatic, because in that limited perspective, even right now looking back, you wouldn't feel much, but you know, like in that moment, you would have felt a lot of inner resistance, because in that moment, that threatens your survival, because your parents, without them, you're you're gone. In that perspective, like you're dead without your parents, and if they're like not accepting you, this that threatens your survival, and that survival threat makes you suppress certain aspects of yourself. Now, listening to all of this, you'll be like, this is not for me, you cow. This is bullshit. Like, I'm okay. Like, I want like actual social skill stuff. You are not aware of all of this. I'm telling you, all of this is out of your awareness, but you can feel it. You will not remember the incidents. You will not remember the experiences and how you changed from those experiences. None of that shit, because it's out of your awareness. But you can feel it. You can feel it as this like continuous resistance and fear in terms of expressing yourself, in terms of putting yourself out there, in terms of standing up for yourself, in terms of carrying yourself as like the guy on the top of the social hierarchy. How would he carry himself? He would respect himself in terms of respecting yourself, in terms of like expecting things, in terms of like acting like you deserve shit. That's the huge inner resistance that you face, that feeling of being inferior. That's where the shit comes from. Conditioning, social conditioning, and trauma. Not in the traditional way, in the way that I just described it. This shit's not working properly. Wait a minute. Yep. Now, we're going to do into an exercise, like to really let this sink in. We're going to get into an exercise, and now I want to we'll slowly get into like how you can actually start making the transformation. We're going to go dive into an exercise. Close your eyes right now. Close your eyes, and I want you to answer the question: how do you really feel with yourself? How are you really doing? Not the front, not the facade, not your experiences, not your journeys, not your actions, not the things you stacked on. Internally, how are you really feeling? And don't give me the thoughtful answer. Don't give me the intellectual answer. I want the real answer. And to get the real answer, let this settle. The question settle and tune into the different sensations in your chest and your stomach area. Maybe tune into sensations in your entire body. These maybe like this tension, any tightness, any upsets, your heart beating a little faster, that knot in your stomach. Let yourself really experience it, whatever wants to come up. Now open your eyes. And this is like your experience with yourself. For me, if you went and saw, even maybe right now, that default experience yourself is very shit. It's constantly telling you worthless. Not like as thoughts, like you feel worthless, you feel shit, and you're like, ugh. And you go on your entire life like trying to escape that. Either through like the dopamine pleasure things, but you will be beyond that. But through escapism, to work, through improvement, you try to optimize different shit, but that internally, this is your default. This is why do I keep drawing on my head? Wait. Yes. This is your default. And just to like for fun, give this a rating. 10 out of 10 being a great experience, and like 1 out of 10 being a very very shit experience. Imagine like someone like an alien had to come into your body and experience this. What would they say? And of course, this is all relative. But just for fun, give this an experience. And let's say you're at a 2 out of 10, or a 3 out of 10, or a 4 out of 10. Why should I write it? Let's say you're at a 4 out of 10. This determines your experience of life. And you want to be, and that 10 out of 10 feeling is the feeling that you're chasing. Let's say this is scarcity. You are in a paradigm of scarcity. Listen carefully, focus. With your life, this is your default, and when your default is at a 4 out of 10, you're at scarcity because internally you are shit, and you try to improve this in various forms. And there are two ways in which we try to improve this. We try to improve this by acquiring certain things, and we try to improve this with certain actions. Acquiring, as in, if I had this friend group that makes me really happy, if I had this girl, if I had this, say something, if I had this Rolex and this Lamborghini, if I had this, like if I get to meet all the cool people, my heroes, and make a podcast with them, or things that you do, a level above the things that you do, like if you think positive thoughts, if you gratitude journal, if you take care of your mental health, if you're disciplined, if you have character, if you're living true to yourself, whatever. Living true to yourself is actually important. Like all of this stuff, you can go after it, but why do you do this? Everything in your life, like if you ask why, I want to improve myself. Why? I want to go on to this website and stimulate myself. Why? It's all in a hope to change this experience of yourself. But all of these spikes that you get, you always get pulled back here. Even those 1 or 2 instances where like you would have felt a moment of bonding, a moment of respect, and I keep writing on my head. Wait. Even in the moments where you would have felt a moment of bonding, a moment of respect, you just keep coming back to the same level. Which means the answer isn't out there. If the answer was out there, you would have found it. You would have damn found it. which means the real thing is inside. Because this journey, no matter how much you try, no matter how much you do or you have, it's not going to fix this. Let's say the 4 out of 10 is the scarcity paradigm and the 10 out of 10 is the abundance paradigm. Like, just stay with the words, bro. It sounds woo woo. It sounds like it's like some fake manifestation shit, not actually related to self improvement. But it's not. It's very related to self improvement. And this 10 out of 10 is the abundance. You can have, these are the three paradigms, right? You can have, you can do, or you can be. This does not have any conditions. Yeah, and these spikes, right? If you have all certain things and you do certain things, what if you stop doing them? What if you stop doing these good habits? What if you stop having these certain things? You just shit. Being true abundance, it's unconditional. It doesn't depend on everything. It's just genuine acceptance and embracing of yourself. And that is your innate nature. The journey isn't you. Okay, can I get like the blank thing? The journey isn't you building yourself up to abundance, because the more you try to get here from a paradigm, from this map of scarcity, the more you reinforce that you're shit in the first place. The journey is realizing that this is your nature and going and working on the things that make you believe that you're this 3 out of 10. And all of this shit is out of your awareness, and that's what you want to work on. And this low scarcity is what results in you feeling needy in a friendship. You feeling like you want to get value. You feel like a loser, and you're like, I need value from that person. I need this person to accept me, to respect me, and I need that moment of bonding. And you get like your highs right from that. I'm laying this out to you as simple as possible. This is what you're like, I have no value to give a girl. Like, look at him, at least he has some confidence in himself. He's doing this stuff. He's he has a friend group. Actually speaking, these people wouldn't want to be with me. These people wouldn't want to hang out with me. And even in interactions where you're with a group and you're joking around and you're having fun, if that's not the highest value group, imagine you're hanging out with a group, you're talking with them, you're having fun, but if that's not the quote unquote most high value group or the best group or the group that's most fun to you, you still feel shit. You're I want to be accepted and respected by that group, not this group. And this is why you feel that I'm ugly, I'm not charismatic, I have to be more charismatic. Why am I so unvaluable? Why does this? And this is what results in all those shit social situations. You observe that and you get even more proof for this. You're look at this, look at this, look at this situation, this way I was disrespected. Of course I'm not charismatic. Of course I don't have value to offer. Now, two things here. In terms of your looks maxing, your charisma, in terms of building the physique, your confidence, everything, it's about the place it's coming from. You can genuinely work on this. It's okay to work on this. But working on this is not going to fix this internal shit. Get that clear. And when you feel work on this and you get into that state of abundance, it's you won't feel the desperate need to do this anymore. But then when that desperate need is not that, you start doing things that are authentic. Instead of reacting to the fear, to this desperation, you start doing things that are authentically inspiring to you. And number two, often when you change this abundance scarcity thing, when you are in that state of abundance, it actually changes the actual trait. Listen to me, when you are making this progress, it actually changes how charismatic, maybe your looks is fixed, it actually changes how charismatic you are. It actually changes how much value you give in the social interaction, because how you see yourself is a reflection of how others see you. That's the next slide. And the reason this happens is because, as I told, The split, these experiences of trauma, these experiences of conditioning, these experiences of like others, like in your childhood, others telling you the world is like this, don't do that, that's dangerous, people are out to get you. You create, like, you disown this part of yourself and 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 this part of yourself, and you create this internal split between what's acceptable and what's unacceptable. And when this shit gets comes up, right, when you go out and do a social anxiety challenges, when you go out and talk to someone, that's this split getting triggered. You are stuffing this down in your subconscious, you're using all of your energy to resist it. And when it comes up, it's threatening. You feel the threat that you felt in that initial situation that caused it in the first place. Now we are going to get into the real stuff. How can you act now that you're okay, you have understood all of this? How do I get into the transformation? How can I make this transformation? How can I make that genuine inner transformation, Yuka? Well, I'm glad you asked. We are going to do this through both inner work and outer action. Outer actions being like the steps that you take, the actions that you take, and inner work is where we are going to process. The outer action is going to bring your awareness into these unacceptable things. It's going to bring your awareness into where's that the into this part that's like convincing you you're scarce, like in the first place, because your inner nature is abundance. All of this shit is convincing you that you're low value, that's putting you in the state of scarcity. It's not about building up, it's not about acquiring, it's not about doing, it's about letting go and processing all of these shit. Now coming back, I hate these slides, bro. We need to do a combination of inner work where you're internally processing it and outer action that brings your awareness. It's just going to be like a cycle of this. And this is going to take a lot of time and repetition. Just saying that, this is like a lifetime of conditioning that you want to starting to work on right now. You're going to make chinks and chinks and chinks and chinks. It's going to take time. And I know you are willing to be patient and stick with the process because you are someone with like a more character on self-improvement, a more like mature person, right? And how we are going to do this inner work is we are going to work on the sensations, not the thoughts, not the emotions, not like the intellectual, oh, I don't feel good and then this makes me feel bad and this shit, and not the emotions also, because emotions, what are emotions? What is fear? Emotions are just the label that we put on sensations. Sensations you can pinpoint it, right? Oh, my heart's beating faster, there's a knot in my stomach, I'm sweating, my body temperature is getting a little higher. Mind puts the label fear. Who gives a shit? We're gonna work on the sensations because this is just like intellectual conscious stuff. Sensations are the language of the subconscious, of what's out in your awareness. The intense sensations of fear. The senses, don't think like I don't feel like I'm good enough. Feel the sensations. And the 3 steps that comes to like letting go, that's what we're gonna call this process. Letting go of what you're experiencing is letting go means to embrace it, to let yourself experience it. And when you embrace it and let yourself experience it, it stops controlling you. We become aware of what we are experiencing. We dive deeper with questions like, where's my face? I just need to constantly make sure where's my face so that I don't like deny you guys of content. We're gonna like dive deeper as in when was the previous time I experienced this? When was the first time I experienced this? And we let those sensations come up. Then we embrace it fully, and then we do like cycles of breathing to like, and we imagine like we like really experiencing it and diving deeper into this. This is done in a form of a guided meditation. And if you're someone who has been desensitizing yourself to those fears, desensitizing yourself to like you've been taking action on your social skills and everything, this is going to make you take a step back. Because what you're doing is that instead of desensitizing and running away from what all of the shits that are running you, it's gonna find a way to like come and stop you anyways. You're playing a losing game. You're going to resensitize yourself to those fears. You're going to really experience them and you're going to let go of them. Which means if you're like right here, can you see me? I don't know how well you can see me. Yeah, if you're like right here and like you're desensitizing and you're like hit a block, you're going to resensitize, and then you're going to go up, and this step back is going to happen. And this is going to be done in terms of release meditations. Now, release meditations is different from the meditations you've been doing like on self improvement, the meditations that like Hamza and like the focus gurus recommend. Here, in those kind of meditations, you keep your attention onto something, either let's say a mantra or your breath or the present moment. You're like you're bringing your awareness onto that. And oftentimes, what happens when you're bringing your awareness and you're focusing on this, the hum in the background of how the things that you're stuffing down, it disappears for a little bit. But instead of focusing here, the release meditations is where you dive into the shit that you're experiencing, and you process it and you experience it, and now you can do it yourself. While you can do it yourself, it's best to like disengage the mind and do it in like with a guided audio. Does that make sense? Are you with me? Are you with me so far? I hope that you're with me. uh, I hope that you're on me with this. I'm like giving you a lot of things. Your core fears that you like experience, that's like running you get the same reaction you do for the first time. It's a survival instinct. So you, as I told you, you don't desensitize, but you resensitize, and you let go. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. You need to embrace the full existence of who. That's my face. Yeah, it's down that. You're going to embrace the whole existence of who you are, chink by chink by chink. You're going to embrace the unacceptable aspect of yourself, and it's going to be a very tough, a very intense process, but you're getting to the core. That's why it matters, bro. Don't expect this to be easy. Don't expect this like you're going to make chicks. You're like, oh my god, nothing's bad, so I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to face this. No. When you take the actions, you will know that like, okay, that's actual stuff which is running you. And when you like embrace who you are, this is where with the desperation that like, oh, I need this, that goes down, and you feel genuine inspiration. And this state of embracing, this state of abundance, that's real happiness, not the emotion, but that's like the state of happiness where you're embracing, where like the good, the sad, the guilt, the all the aspects of yourself, you're embracing it, and you slowly start really living life. I'm telling you, this is beyond just standing up for yourself. This is beyond the social interaction there. And if this shit is going to affect every single aspect of your life, I'm changing what self improvement means for you. And this is going to change up your social situation. No, not this. Ask me in the comments. So like as of this moment right now, I don't have much views, so I don't know, like I need like actual feedback on the releases the moment I see comments. So like this video, I'm going to give you the action steps, and you're going to do the action steps. But after the action step, what do you need? You need that release meditations. So after you, or even when you see these videos, what you're going to do is you're going to comment, and you're going to be like, Yuka, give me the damn meditations. And that's when I make this. I make like a playlist. I'm going to make a playlist teaching you how to let go, and you're going to do that, and you're going to make genuine jinx on who you are as a person, bro. This is the real shit. Dude. Now, what have you? Let's just summarize. We're done. What's like the actual problem? What's causing this? We've covered how you can make what's causing this, as in the unrealistic fears, the like neediness, that feeling of being inferior is coming from social conditioning and trauma. And the true transformation comes on a sensational level, like on the level of your sensations, where you're going to the process of letting go to really process that, and shit's going to get worse before it gets better. And the fourth thing, these are actionable steps that you can start tomorrow, and then you can do the release meditations, and you can make the active change on who you are as a person. First one, this is the outer work, to get yourself triggered so that it comes in your awareness. And this takes time, and here's your action list. This is just going to be the repetition of. I don't know about this. I don't know if it's going from easier to harder. This is just a random order. Go to the guys that disrespect you or hate you. You can think of them in your mind and tell them, like tomorrow, tell them, remember when you did this. First sentence. Remember when you did this, and you tell them, they're gonna say like yes or no. Be like, you did this. And tell them this is the exact answer. I am not going to take that shit anymore. If they understand English, tell to them in English. Tell them, don't do that to me. I'm not going to take that shit anymore. And the next time they're like disrespecting you, tell them, I do not like that. And just walk away. Carry yourself with, and when tomorrow when you do this, this itself will gonna get stuff triggered. This itself is going to be scary. You going to that person and being like, I'm not going to take this shit anymore. And maybe their entire friend group is there when you say this. I'm not going to take this shit anymore. You either, okay, I'm not going to take this shit anymore, and that you're going to treat me with that basic level of respect, or you don't have to talk with me. And they're going to be like, they don't even care about more. A lot of times they don't even care. So they're going to be like, what will you do? And that time, maybe you're not in the point where you can physically get into fights and everything. Just say, just being like f off, or like just being like, hey, go away, like something like a bit loud. It's just like asserting yourself, like shouting it, hey, go away, don't say that to me, and walking away. 3 sentences. I'm not going to take this. Oh, you remember when you did this? I'm not going to take this anymore. Don't do that again. And if they're like making an issue, shouting, hey, like go away, hey, go away, and then going back. That's your action step of tomorrow. If they hit you later on or next time, and that time, if it gets to a fight, there's only two the options you have. Number one, you fight. And that's going to be very scary, and it's like, if you're okay with that, if like that depends on like your values, right, what you want to do. And this, when that you have a core fear of getting into a fight, and that comes from your family, how they have conditioned you, that huge fear comes from that. So number one, you either get into the fight, or number two, you go into the teacher route. The teacher route is probably going to get you more disrespect from those guys. But why do you even care about them in the first place? The teacher route, these are the two options, right? Don't be like, I'm going to play it cool, not to tell the teachers, and I'm not going to fight also, because these, you have to stick with one of these two options. The teacher route is you going, and I told them not to disrespect me, I told them not to hit me, and they're hitting me. They're talking like this. And then they get told by the teacher, and then they'll do it again. After that, it's going to get worse. After that, I'm telling you, after that, they'll do it again. And then you go tell the teacher again, and do it all enough times. And those guys are probably not going to mess with you, because they don't want to get annoyed by the teacher. And second thing, this will get you less respect from the group than the fighting one will get you, right? But still, why do you need that respect? The respect only matters in terms of like you getting the stuff you want. You getting the stuff you want in terms of like sports, in terms of like their approval, their validation, them like helping you in certain things, them giving you value in certain things. And maybe like you don't want to like get disrespected by the entire gang. You want to assert yourself and become respected. All of that stuff, that is always a way out. This teacher stuff, even in the football, anyways, you can make an issue for yourself. There will be people who are like kind of friendly to you, right? Go on their side, be like, at least these people I can go and play with. I'll play on these team. You guys go on the opposite team, right? And that will be more people who understand your situation if you're like not stuck onto the approval of just these certain people. So these are the two, but still, 4 steps. Follow through. If you won't even watch this back again. Second thing, that was the. That's my face. Oh shit, I'm like writing on my face. Okay. Let this be the first thing. And second thing, in sports or in classroom places where you don't really get the same thing as everyone wants. For example, me in the school trip, for example, me in the football, for example, me in the sports. What's your version of that? For example, me when I had the place where the group is sitting together, they are having fun, and I want to sit with them because some of my friends are there, but some of the people who disrespect me is also there. This is the statement, like, I need my damn time. I don't care that I placed it. Like, that's going to be like, they'll tell a reason that I don't care. Like, they're going to tell, I don't want you here. I don't care that you want me. If some people are okay with it, let them be. If some people are okay with me playing, let them be on my team. Or if it's a group and they're like, you want to come in and have fun and assert yourself, it'll be like, F, I don't give a damn what you think. I'm here. I want to spend time with them. And the worst case scenario, the people who you think are your friends are gonna go on their side and they're gonna tell you to go also. They're gonna tell you to leave also. And that's when you're like, feel free to get disappointed. Feel free to cry like a baby. That's okay. But now you're getting to hit more of the truth. And you talk with those friends later, you clarify your real intentions. The third actionable step, cut off relationships. If someone keeps disrespecting you, often subtly, right? This will be the kids that are like joking about the guys who are kind of popular, who are good at sports, who have a lot of respect, who have like good social proof and good social approval. These guys, when they keep disrespecting you, often subtly, it's like often like putting your hand around you and like jokingly doing it. Don't smile. This is the action step. Number one, look at them without smiling. Number two, I don't like it. And when you say that, you're often gonna be like breathing shallow. You're gonna be like, hey, I want to tell you something. I don't like that. And you're gonna be like, you're gonna shit, and that you're gonna feel so cringe and stupid. You're gonna say that. Third one, don't fucking talk to me if you don't cannot carry that basic level of respect. This is the exact statement, or you remove the swear word. Don't talk to me if you cannot carry the same level of respect. And you cut off the relationships. If you either like, if they're an okay person, they apologize, or you cut out the relationship. And if it's like a friend, I don't like it when you say that, and you tell this a bit more politely, right? If it's like someone who's like constantly disrespecting you, asserted, you like kind of shouted at them, don't talk to me if you're not gonna carry that level of respect. If it's a friend, be like, hey dude, don't talk to me if you're not gonna carry that level of respect. Right? Gonna say the same sentence, the same three steps, but in a different way. And four, if they don't, you actually cut them out of your life. That's you respecting yourself, because now your respect is not based on those external people, and when that you cut them off, that's gonna threaten even more shit inside, and that's what we're gonna process, and that's what we are gonna let go of. You're going to become a free man. The last one, I think this is the fourth one. If you often feel left out in your friend group and they don't disrespect you too much, like they don't disrespect you, they like you all actually had moments of bonding with them, but then you feel really left out, get vulnerable how you feel. Better done in real life, but you can do it on like a Discord call or like in a message, right? Get vulnerable about how you feel. How do you do this? One, I feel that you're not interested in me as I. This is like the real, like getting very vulnerable. I feel that you're not interested in me as I am in you, and that makes me feel bad. And see how they react. And then you start with the facts. You start with the facts as in this moment, I expected you to do this and that. And then like you actually did this. I expected you to do this and you actually did this. I expected you to sit with me and you went out and sat with those guys. And I know that it's like your decision, your choice. But I'm just telling you how I feel, because like I think you're my friend. That makes me feel bad. And you work with them. If they're a good person, you work with them. If they make fun of you, leave them. Leave them. And oftentimes, the people who you genuinely like bond with, like you, if you're and you're being authentic, when you're respecting yourself, the people that you genuinely bond with are not going to be people who are quote unquote cool. They're going to be people who like maybe like you're finding fun, but they're not as cool. And you will feel a lot of resistance in being friend, like being like and associating with them, because it's like, oh shit, I don't want to be like them. I want to be cool. But now you're going to get, because you get your own sense of reality instead of like playing being like this like slave out of the social hierarchy. You are going to come with your own sense of reality. You're going to be like, and that's one thing. Second thing, these friends that don't disrespect you as much, get vulnerable about how you feel. Tell that I feel that I get disrespected a lot. Like when this guy insults me, when they call me names, and then they're like, when they're like telling that I like talk to their girls and everything, and then they're getting like offended, they're like calling me names, they have a very bad opinion about me, and like these are, and then if they have like a misrepresentation of your values, actually tell them your values. And tell be like, in football I want my play time, and then the way that these guys talk to me, imagine like, and if they're not getting, they'd be like, imagine like, what if the this like popular guy was in my position, how would he act that? I'm not acting like that, and that's why like I'm getting like treated this way, and it may not be a big deal, but it feels like a big deal to me, and I don't want to stand this. And often these friends are going to be in the groups where you're going to have to make the issue for yourself. And that time, like, you may get their support, you may not get their support, but this is going to like, imagine if a friend know in the group knows what you're going through, and he can feel it and he understands it, it's going to be a lot easier to say those things. So first, the interested thing, I feel that you're not interested in me. Second thing, you tell them about your situation, just like in the way that I told it, and you're going to work with them and see like how, what kind of people they actually are. And third, if it doesn't work out, remember the people that you that work out anyways are going to be people that you don't that are not traditionally cool, but you resonate with. This is the fifth one. I'm going to give you like five actionable, at least that's five actionable steps for so far. No excuses to stay stuck, okay? Send these as a voice note to the disrespectful person or a message. If IRL is too hard for you, you can do this, but there is a chance they'll take screenshots, they'll send it to each other, and they'll make fun of you. If it's easier, use this to take action. If that's easier, use that to take action. Just take action. Go into a group that disrespect you, because you want to create situations like, imagine there's a class where these like groups like they treat you very bad, right? Go into the class. If that's a group and your friends are like talking with them, go into that and tell and speak something. Don't just stand there and being still, oh I want to think. Go into the group and go into the group. Number two, go tell something that makes you look shit, that makes them make fun of you. Go tell them, I just get vulnerable, right? If they're talking about sports, like I don't really know anything about sports. Like, you want to be cool, destroy that. Imagine if you were your own coach, what would make you destroy that? And you can be like, I really play shit, and I want my play time, or something other than things. It's like, I you guys misunderstand me, but this is not like, this is what I actually try to do in the social situation, and you guys end up making fun of me. Something, right? Something that makes you look like shit, and that's going to trigger a lot inside. Oh shit, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Okay. And you go into the group, you tell something that embarrasses you, and third thing, this will put you in a situation where they make fun of you, And you, what do you say when they make fun of you? Hey, I don't like you talking me like that, talking to me like that. Right? You are loud. Whatever you say, you are loud, and you say it with firmness. After each action, you do a release. Comment down below and I'll put the playlist. Action step. Make a bullet point list of all of these actions. Don't watch another video. Don't even watch the video on the end screen. Don't even watch my video on the end screen. Go back and make a list of all these actions and go execute on them. One by one. Oftentimes these shit will be hard. And this is the thing. You don't have to be able to do all of them. As you do one of them and you do the release, or you do, or if the release is not available, you comment down below. Yes, you do one of them, your mind opens up about how you can do the next one and the next one and the next one. Don't get scared being like, how will I even do that? Do the ones that are easier. And this one will slowly get easier and easier and easier. The one that's hardest will slowly get easier and easier and easier. Do the ones that you can. And if you're getting scared, you're getting embarrassed, you're getting like, but you're putting out something which is like very personal to you, if it feels like you're expressing instead of trying to impress others, but it feels very shit, it feels very scary, it feels very triggering, you're doing the right thing. And this process, it's very uncomfortable. This process is very like scary. This process is going to get to face your worst shit. This process is going to be scarier and more uncomfortable than you trying to improve yourself, working on the externals but not focusing on the real shit. This is going to be way harder, but are you ready to make that sacrifice? Are you ready to take that step? Hell yeah! Hell yeah! You're in too far to, if you're going to push out of this, better be the coward who's like watching TV all day. Maybe you're already the coward who's watching TV all day. Better be the coward who's watching TV all day and feeling good about it. When you do that, you will feel that tinge of guilt that like, oh my god, I could be doing more with my life. Be one of those losers that has completely given up on his life. That's not even thinking about self-improvement like you are. Or get to the cause of what's controlling you. I'm on your side. I'm watching you from afar and I'm rooting for you. Take this damn action. I've laid it. Listen, I'm doing all of this stuff. You know, like I'm wearing this blazer, this t-shirt, this thing. It takes a long time to set up, and I'm doing all of this, and I'm putting this into a bullet point list so that you can figure it out, so that you can take action. I'm doing this out of love. And also for my own business. I'm doing this so that you can take action with your life. Don't disappoint me. Okay? See me like as your teacher, as your mentor, as like a person who's like bringing you up. Don't disappoint me. Keep taking action.